What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Dylan Grubb here with Extreme.Outdoorsmen. If you guys are new here to the channel, make sure to go hit that subscribe button for me. Help me at 14,000 subs. I would really appreciate it. But me and my dad are actually just getting out here to Lake St. Clair. My dad hasn't been out here in probably 3 or 4 months or longer due to the fact that he has been working down in Virginia. So he is super geeked to be back here on Lake St. Clair. And hopefully one of us can catch a monster smallmouth bass today. We're pretty excited. We just drove like over an hour to get here because we live about an hour from the lake, but it is worth the drive coming over here because this fishery, it's one of the best smallmouth fisheries in the world. So, and if you guys have been watching the channel the past couple of years, you know that we catch some big uns out here. So we just actually rigged up all our rods. We've been probably parked here for about an hour rigging up every lure we could think of that is going to catch them, because this time of year in the fall season the bite is pretty tough. But we're gonna go give it a try. Hopefully we can get on a couple. It's pretty cold today. It's around like 30s, 40 degrees, so it is a little bit nippy out, but we're gonna get bundled up. We got all our gear in the truck, all our jumpsuits and everything, so it's gonna be cold out there today. It's like 20-mile-an-hour winds, but we're gonna get after it. We're gonna get on some fish and we're gonna have fun out there. So my dad's gonna quickly go over a couple lures that he is gonna be throwing today, so let's hop back in the boat and he's gonna go over some lures.
How's it going, guys? This is Dean Grubb back in action with Extreme Outdoorsmen. Out here on Lake St. Clair today. It's kind of treacherous conditions, but we're gonna give it a shot out here, try to catch some small. I just want to go over the baits I'm gonna throw today. Number one is swim bait. That's when I caught them in that tournament at the beginning of the year. It's a mega bass with a Strike King, like 3/8 ounce jig head, jig head. And then the old trusty A rig, we're gonna throw that today. It's got 5 baits on it, little spinners. I recommend having spinners on it, gets a little more flash. I'm gonna try that today. And then I'm gonna try blade bait. That's a Gobi color made by Acme, I think. That's a super good one out here. I'm gonna try that out the bottom. And then the old trusty mule. That's definitely gonna be cast today. Oh, we'll see what's gonna happen. I don't know. I heard it's tough out here right now, but we're gonna give it a shot. And then we're gonna try, last but not least, the jerk bait. Always cold conditions in the 40s or whatever, jerk bait works really well. So we're going to try those 5 baits and hopefully we get bit on something. At least catch one out here today. Even if we don't catch anything today, we're just showing you guys baits you ought to throw out here in Lake St. Clair, springtime and late fall. Actually all summer these baits will work, but especially the crankbait in springtime and fall should work. Plus, you know, the A-rig jerk bait. But that's what we're going to try today and focus on. We're going to try, you know, probably 10 to 20 foot of water, cruise around the lake to see, you know, where they're at, even if we can find them. But like we said, we're going to make a video no matter if we catch any or not. So we're going to go out there and give it a shot. It's November 2nd, 2021. So out here, Lake St. Clair, Hardy Inside. We're going to give it a shot today. Over and out.
So guys, my dad actually just went over a couple of the lures that he is going to be throwing today, but I'm also going to go over a couple that I'm going to throw. So starting off, this is usually the go-to out here on Lake St. Clair pretty much all year round. This is the Biospawn Exo Swim, and I threw this pretty much all summer long, catching freaking monster smallmouth. This is what me and my dad actually won that tournament on. I think I caught a couple high 5s and maybe a couple 6-pounders on this thing. I caught some big ones on this swim bait. But I'm gonna throw that today, hopefully get on a big one. But I also tied on another swim bait that I've been doing good. This is actually the Guggen Baits Saucy Swimmer, the Sexy Shad. That one's usually pretty good out here. I like those 2 color swim baits. But then next up, earlier in the year, me and my dad were throwing a lot of crankbaits. And I threw this one around. It's actually the Guggen Squad Recon, I think it's called, but I caught a couple big ones on this earlier this year, I think in the springtime. You guys can tell there's a couple little marks on it. I caught some pretty nice smallmouth bass on that color earlier this year. It seems like they always like crawdad style crankbaits out here, just because my dad, he's throwing the mule color. That's like a crawdad crankbait. It's a Rapala, and I'm throwing the Guggen Squad one. But next up, usually this time of year, jerkbaits are always really good lures out here on Lake St. Clair for smallmouth bass. And this time of year, all those fish are targeting big schools of bait fish. So I'm going to be throwing this jerkbait right here. I honestly haven't tried this one out here yet. I just got it not too long ago, but I figured it looked like a little minnow, a little shad, and I thought it would work pretty good out here. But my dad's throwing the perch style one, and I'm going to try this one out. We're going to see which jerkbait works best, but that one should be pretty good. It's a Guggen Squad Scout, I think it's called, but should be pretty good. It's got some rattles in it, so it's gonna really get their attention right now. But those are the lures that I'm gonna be throwing. I got a couple more on the deck, but I just wanted to go over a couple before we head out there. So we're gonna have fun out there today, hopefully get on a couple big ones. Well guys, me and my dad are just rolled up to another spot we tried around Harley Ensign for about 45 minutes and no luck over there. I was throwing some crankbaits, but we just got over here and it is trying to rain / snow. It was just snowing for a couple seconds. Now it's lightly raining, but I'm throwing this Guggen Squad clickbait. My dad's throwing a jerkbait right now, but it's crazy snowing right now. Out here on St. Clair, we're trying to catch a couple guys, but seems like it's a tough bite today. We haven't had any hits yet. We're just throwing around these docks right now. We were here last year in this area and caught some pretty nice smallmouth on jerkbaits. But I don't know if you guys can see the snow coming down right now. It's pretty cool. We're all bundled up. You get a hit? I was actually out here like a week or two ago catching some pretty nice largemouth, so I'm throwing this clickbait to see if I can catch anything.
Fish on, finally.
First fish of the day. What the? Holy crap.
Looks like we're gonna be eating tonight if I get him in. What do you think, Blue Jays? It's a dandy walleye. First time. That's a nice walleye, boys. Oh, we finally caught a fish out here in St. Clair. That's a dandy. Good eater there. Nice walleye. It's probably about a 3-pounder, 2.5. I had a hit just a minute ago and lost it. I didn't know what it was. And we caught one nice walleye. We'll be eating good tonight.
Fish. Smallmouth. That's sweet, yeah. Fish on. That's sweet.
Nice small.
Yeah. First smallmouth of the day, guys. Been out here a little while. Pretty nice one too, just throwing that Guggen bait saucy swimmer, and he drilled it. I wasn't really paying attention, but I just went to reel my slack line back up and he was on. Pretty sweet. Well guys, I just caught my first smallmouth of the day. Pretty nice one, probably like a 2.5, 3-pounder, and he drilled that Guggen baits saucy swimmer right there, that swim bait, sexy shad color, but pretty nice fish. We're just working around a bunch of windy points today. Those are usually the best spots to work this time of year, windy points, but pretty nice smallmouth. My first smallmouth probably in a couple months, so it was pretty cool, but gonna get a picture real quick and put them back. Pretty nice one.
Sweet. Fish on, guys. I was just buzzing this ripping wrap off the bottom. Feels like a walleye. It is a walleye.
Another walleye.
Just telling Dylan I need to try to throw this ripping wrap. It's a perch color. I just put it on just now. I'm not joking. Like, I made 5 casts. I ripped it off the bottom and walleye. Well, I was just using this ripping wrap and throwing it out and ripping it off the bottom. It's only like 5 or 6 casts, and I caught this nice walleye. So we're about 8 foot of water, 8-10 foot of water here in Lake St. Clair. I just caught a walleye on that Ghost Shad Mega Bass swim bait. I told Dylan, I said, walleyes school together like smallies. I said, I'm gonna try the ripping wrap, and I got him on that perch color one right away. We're not done yet. Starting to catch walleyes. Sweet.
Well guys, that pretty much wraps up today's video. Me and my dad actually just got back to the Harley Ensign boat launch. It was a pretty fun day. We ran around the whole lake. We probably went like 20 miles or some down to the south end of the lake, but it was pretty fun. We caught a couple fish. I think I caught that one smallmouth and he caught 2 walleyes, so we didn't get skunked, so that was pretty good. I didn't really think we were gonna catch a ton of fish. Usually this time of year it's pretty tough. As you can tell, like, nobody is here. Check out the boat launch. This time of year mostly everyone is out in the woods deer hunting, and it's just cold out, guys, so not a lot of people like the cold, but we bundled up and we gave it our all and we caught a couple fish. It's better than getting skunked, the big fat zero, but it was fun, and hopefully me and my dad can get on a couple more videos before we head down to southern Ohio deer hunting. But it was fun, and we will see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.